Hi, hello, namaste, Aarti. Welcome to iLead Tax Academy. Such a joy to see you all once again. Well, let me ask you something very directly. What if I told you that there is one software skill that can open doors to jobs, remote work, freelance income, and even entrepreneurship in accounting? Not another degree, not another mark sheet, not another certificate that just sits in a folder. Just one practical skill, and that skill is QuickBooks Online. And in 2026, the question is no longer whether software matters. The real question is whether you are learning it early enough. Okay, so welcome to iLead Tax Academy. I'm Nanda Kumar KV, founder and CEO of iLead Tax Group. And today, let us talk about why learning QuickBooks Online in 2026 can change the entire direction of your career. Stay tuned till the end so that you get to know what this QuickBooks is all about. So namaste and greetings to everyone watching from India, USA, Middle East, or any other country around the world. I'm Nanda Kumar KV, an enrolled agent, licensed enrolled agent from the Internal Revenue Service, a certified public bookkeeper, and QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. I also run iLead Tax LLC in the United States, incorporated in the state of Delaware, where we work on real taxation, bookkeeping, and then payroll matters. Now, let me begin with one truth. See, the market no longer rewards theory alone. Today, employers want software ready professionals. They want people who can log in, understand the workflow, process transactions, reconcile accounts, generate reports, and then support decision making. And that's why QuickBooks Online matters. We call it as QBO. Now, QuickBooks is not just another software name in the market, it is part of a much bigger shift towards cloud accounting, automation, and AI supported finance work. And Intuit describes QBO, QuickBooks Online, as cloud based, integrated, and designed to help businesses manage accounting, payroll, payments, and reporting from one platform. And let me make this practical. Your degree may get you shortlisted, your certification may get you noticed, but your software skill is what gets you trusted. And that's why this topic matters in 2026. Okay. Now let's quickly dive into the content here. Now, what is QuickBooks Online? What is this QuickBooks Online? Before we talk about career growth, let us first understand the software itself in the simplest possible way. QuickBooks Online, or QBO, is a cloud based accounting platform built by Intuit. Because it is cloud based, you do not have to depend on one office computer or laptop. You can work from anywhere with secure login access. And that matters hugely in a world of remote teams and global client servicing. Now, what does QBO actually do? It helps businesses with bookkeeping, it helps them track income and expenses, it helps them create invoices, it helps them reconcile bank activity, it helps them generate financial reports, financial reports. It also connects accounting with payroll, payments, and advisory workflows. So when I say QBO is important, I'm not talking about a narrow data entry tool. I'm talking about a software environment where accounting works happen. If you know journal entries but you do not know how that accounting comes alive inside real software, then you are still only halfway prepared. So QuickBooks is where theory becomes execution. Now, why QBO is exploding in 2026? Why is QBO becoming more important now? Why is it becoming more important now? Because three major forces are working together. Three major forces, right? The first one, the cloud is replacing legacy software. Everything is cloud now. Businesses want flexible, browser based systems instead of being tied to a single desktop. Intuit itself now heavily positions QuickBooks Online as the core experience and offers migration support for desktop users moving online. Earlier, I used to have a lot of customers, doing QuickBooks desktop. Now, unless people are senior citizens or old enough who are completely habituated to QuickBooks desktop, most of them they want QuickBooks Online, so that the business owner has a copy, the accountant has a copy, and also the team of the business owner also has access to it. Next, second, the remote work has changed hiring with so many remote jobs rising and other things that's happening. Now, the US Bureau of Labor Statistics projects about 124,000 plus openings for accountants and auditors each year, on an average from 2024 to 2034, with many openings coming from retirement and workforce movement. That means firms need talent, and they are increasingly open to technology enabled location flexible models. And then the third one is AI and automation. With so much happening on AI and automation, definitely they are changing the nature of work. Intuit now openly markets AI powered features inside the QuickBooks for categorization, spotting, payroll support, reporting, and workflow automation. If you have any seniors working in and around on QuickBooks, you can ask them how AI has evolved in the QuickBooks. That means routine work is getting faster, but human review, judgment, communication, and decision support are becoming more valuable. So now the equation is very simple: accounting plus software equals relevance. That's what makes your career secured. So don't say AI is taking away jobs. AI will not take away jobs. People who know AI, they will take away jobs. So accounting plus software is definitely career security. Accounting plus AI awareness equals leverage. And accounting without software puts you at risk of being left behind. And I don't want you to be like that in 2026 and then hereafter. Now, let's understand the global demand for QBO professionals. Let's talk about this demand. Where do QBO opportunities actually exist? They exist in BPOs, they exist in KPOs, they exist in outsourced bookkeeping teams, they exist in CPA firm support environments, they exist in freelance bookkeeping, they exist in virtual finance support roles. I mean, so many, so many. There are so many, CPA firms who outsource their business to other countries, and India is one of the top countries. India and Middle East. Freelancing, the companies being set up. And India is already a major global delivery base for capability centers and shared service operations. Deloitte says India is home to roughly 50% of the global GCCs, global capability centers. India is home, I repeat it, India is home to roughly 50% of global capability centers. And that's a strong signal that global finance and accounting work is increasingly being executed from India. I see so many of my students who are chartered accountants, they do this outsourcing right from India. Being a EA, and RTP, they take up QBO, and now they are proper tax and accounting professionals. And then some, go up to learn FPC and then the QBO payroll also, which we will talk up, which we will talk sometime later in the QBO series as we take it up. Because when you know taxation, when you know bookkeeping, when you know payroll, you are able to handle a complete business client from end to end. Now think what that means. If a US firm wants bookkeeping support, month end reporting support, payroll support, reconciliation, or dashboard support, they need people who can work inside the software their clients already use. And QuickBooks is one of the biggest names in that ecosystem. One of the biggest name. And that's why QBO is not a local skill, but it's a global service skill. One trained QBO professional can work for an employer, support multiple remote clients, or build an independent practice. And that's the power of this software. Now you have so many AI tools, like whatever I'm telling you, probably, you can do a review on that and check for yourself, what is the demand for your QBO. In case, you learn and become a QBO expert, how demanding, you would be. Now, let's talk a little reality, okay? Let us be brutally honest. Why do so many students still struggle after finishing degrees? It's not because they are not intelligent, it's not because they lack security or they lack insecurity. It is because the system often teaches them knowledge without practical application, probably without a workflow. Let me break that down. See, students know accounting concepts, but many have never worked inside accounting software. They know what a P&L statement is, but they have never generated one for a real or simulated business inside a live platform. Probably, in your BCom, um, MCom, or CA, you must have done, all that. Of course, if you have done CA articleship, yes, you definitely know it. Or if you're a chartered accountant, you will definitely know it, through Tally or other things. But the people who have not been exposed to the practical work experience, they have never generated one. Maybe they have prepared, one of the toughest, P&L accounts, but they know theory, but they do not have the platform confidence. And that is why interviews become painful. Employers are no longer impressed by marks alone. Let me tell you that. Employers are no longer impressed by marks alone. They want to know, can you use the software? Can you work on client files? Can you reconcile accounts? Can you generate reports? Can you understand end to end workflow? And that is the gap. And that is exactly the gap QBO can help you close. Getting it? That's exactly the gap that QBO can help you close. Now, how QBO solves this? Let's see how QBO solves this. Solves this, I mean, how does QBO solve the employability problem? I'm talking about the employability. See, it solves it by shifting learning from passive knowledge to active execution. At iLead and in any serious QBO learning path, four things matter. Four things matter. First thing is hands on practice. Hands on practice. Second is business scenarios. Third, software navigation. And fourth, job ready skills. When it comes to QuickBooks, hands on practice, business scenarios, software navigation, job ready out. See, when you actually work in QBO, you learn not just what accounting means, but how accounting gets processed, reviewed, corrected, and presented. Getting it? How accounting gets processed, reviewed, corrected, and presented. You begin to understand the business flow. Money comes in, money goes out, bank feeds come in, transactions are reviewed, accounts are reconciled, reports are generated, management decisions are supported. And that's the difference between a student and a professional, I would say. And this is also why practical exposure matters so much in your own ecosystem. And if you see, iLead is known, for practice, portfolio, internship, and you know, not just classroom explanation. So the message here is very clear that QBO does not just teach software; it teaches employability through software. I mean, wherever you are studying, QBO from. I'm not saying iLead is the best. That's what our students say. Otherwise, but anybody who is trying to teach you QBO, learn it. Learn it. I will also talk about the outsourcing opportunities, freelancing opportunities, and things like that probably in the series that we take up. Now, who should do QBO in 2026? See, many people watching this may still be thinking, is this really for me? Now, let me answer that directly. If you are a 10 plus 2 student, okay? If you are a 10 plus 2 student, let me take, one by one. If you are a 10 plus 2 student, QBO gives you an early start. Once you have completed your 10 plus 1, CEC or MEC, it gives you an early start. You begin building a practical global skill before most people even begin their professional journey. There are so many openings, for accounts assistant, account support, accounts executive. If you're 18 plus, you can apply for jobs also. And if you are a BCom student or CA Inter student, QBO adds execution to your academic foundation. If you are a semi-qualified, chartered accountant, knowledge plus software, it definitely, gives your resume that practical weight. BCom, MCom, semi-qualifieds, all of you. Next, if you are a CA, if you are a qualified chartered accountant, EA, even CPA, or our RTP student, real-time tax preparation training student, QBO becomes your execution layer. So knowledge, you already have, the certifications or licenses. Now, those licenses plus the awareness of the software makes you very, very stronger in the market. And finally, if you are somebody who is doing FPC or CPP, the US payroll courses, fundamental payroll certification or certified payroll professional. So if you are from US payroll backgrounds like FPC or CPP, QBO makes you more valuable because payroll does not live in isolation. Payroll touches books, reports, liabilities, cash flow, and client compliance workflows. So if you are a homemaker, retired professional, or working professional who wants flexible income, cloud software is your friend. And I have students from 18 to 82. 82. So you can learn, practice, and deliver from anywhere. And if you are from USA, UAE, India, or anywhere else, the principle stays the same. QBO is a portable, practical, professional skill. Go to upwork.com when you get some time, upwork.com, and check how much QBO professionals earn there, by outsourcing the work or something like that. Now, career pathways after QBO. This slide is one of the most important, slides here, because education must answer one question: what can I become after this? I always encourage my students to do a TIE analysis. TIE analysis means what is the time it takes to do this course. I, what is the investment that it takes, and then E, what are my earnings. Getting it? And QBO opens these three major pathways. Pathway 1 is internship and portfolio building. You work on files, understand the workflow, and build that, proof of capability. That is pathway 1. Then pathway 2, definitely employment. You can target outsourced bookkeeping roles, accounting support roles, finance operation roles, and remote accounting environments also. Then path 3 is entrepreneurship. You can serve clients directly, offer bookkeeping packages, clean up projects, month end reporting, and software support. You know, learn, practice, earn while you are a student. While you are a student. This matters because, one skill should not lock you into one particular destiny. And a good skill should create options. QBO creates those options. So even if you are a EA RTP person also, you should know QuickBooks. Because if you don't do the books right, then the taxes are wrong. Incorrect books means incorrect taxes. As simple as that. Now, yeah, we are coming there. The power combination. Now, let me say something very important. See, in 2026, one standalone qualification is often not enough to create maximum market impact. You cannot say that one qualification is enough. Earlier, right within iLead, EA was huge demand, in the market. But now employers want RTP also. I mean, do you know how to prepare a 1040? Do you know how to prepare a 1120, 1120S, 1065? Do you know these forms? Do you know 5471, 5472? Do you know to handle PIFIC? I mean, these are some of the questions people ask. So it is definitely important that you get an opportunity for internship also. And iLead helps you there. The strongest professionals combine layers: EA, RTP, and then QBO. Deadly combination. Deadly combination. For example, EA gives you tax knowledge, enrolled agent license. It gives you the tax knowledge. RTP gives you practical written preparation exposure. QBO gives you accounting software execution. So together, that becomes a much more attractive professional profile. We rightly call this, as a powerful combination here, the power combination here, and that logic is very, very strong. A market ready professional is not built only on knowing laws or only on knowing tax returns or only on knowing software. Real market strength comes when those layers work together. You need a license, you need a certification from you need a license to show the world, that you are a qualified tax professional, an authorized tax professional, circular 230 professional as per IRS, just equivalent to an attorney or a CPA. That's an enrolled agent. And then RTP gives you that privilege to know the tax returns, practice them. And then QPO, if you are a pro advisor, you are already certified, by Intuit that you are a pro advisor, you are a professional advisor when it comes to bookkeeping. And that's where, this course, becomes a sequence. So I'm not selling you, any course here. I'm just helping you build your career architecture. You are free to study QBO from anywhere. Now, why you should study QBO from iLead? I leave it to you, to Google or ChatGPT or whatever. Okay, and I think they will give you more answers. Now, and I always say this, EA plus RTP plus QBO together, it makes you 50%, CPA ready. Because in CPA, there are 4 papers: regulation, FAR, and then auditing. And then you have 3 electives for each of them. If you're a tax guy, you select the TCP, tax compliance, and planning. And then if you are an audit person, then you select information systems and control. If you are an accounting person, you select business analysis and reporting. Now I'm a tax guy throughout, so I go the reg and then the TCP first. Once if student is EA RTP, I encourage them to go the reg and TCP. And if you're somebody from commerce background, a CAS, even a semi-qualified also, it is very easy for you to crack the FAR and the auditing paper. I mean, plan your career, properly. Because many of my students, they pursue CPA after their EA and then RTP. Now, here, what employers really ask. See, when you walk into interviews today, employers are not primarily asking about marks, they are asking about capability. Do you know QBO? Can you navigate the platform independently? Can you work on real or simulated client files? Can you handle bookkeeping end to end? Can you reconcile accounts? Can you generate reports and explain them? And that's why software has become your new language of proof. Your marks say what you studied. I repeat, your marks say what you studied, but your software skills say what you can do. It's your software skills which will say what you can do. And employers hire for what you can do. Employers hire for what you can do, not what you have qualified. Are you getting it? Even if you are a EA RTP from iLead Tax Academy, trained by Mr. Nanda, 22 plus years in the industry and all, but you are Tenga in the interview, God promise, I cannot do anything. I cannot do anything. Now, I hate to compare with anybody in the market because everybody is working, towards offering education, which creates employment and then promotes entrepreneurship. So kudos to all those in the market who are already, doing this. Now, not all training models are the same. Some institutions focus heavily on content delivery. Some focus on exam preparation. Some focus on branding. Now, our differentiator is the bridge between academy and practice. So I don't know how many people in the industry, they practice what they are teaching, Probably they may place people here and there, but here, whatever I'm teaching students, and whatever they pass, they work with me, or they work in the like companies. So iLead positions itself around real client exposure, internship pathways, then integrated training across taxation, bookkeeping, and payroll, and a dual India USA operating model. So at iLead, the goal is not merely to help you complete classes. The goal is to help you become useful in the market. That means understanding the software, working on practical scenarios, building professional confidence, and moving towards internship, from there to employment, from there to entrepreneurship. That's a much stronger promise than just attend classes and then hope for the best. Now, what you will, let's see, what now, why 2026 is the best time to start? Why it is the best time, for you to start? See, US outsourcing is increasing so much. Have you seen? You can just go to Gemini or ChatGPT or any of your favorite AI tools and then ask how many US outsourcing companies have come in India after COVID. You will get some statistics. And once you are experienced, there are chances that you can get work from home also. And then Oba is creating new demand. Now Trump has last year he launched one big beautiful bill act. I mean, a lot of concepts have changed. And when you are studying all these things in accordance with the latest tax rules and all, of course we have updated our materials to the exams that you will be writing in 2026. But having this advantage is definitely useful. And now EA exams have also shifted to PSI centers. Earlier it was in Prometric. Now it has come to PSI centers. And then more compliance means more jobs. The more you know about US taxation, US bookkeeping, US payroll, it means it's more jobs. So I would just suggest that you start early. The quicker you start, the better it will be. And also, what you will actually learn in QBO. Students often ask this question, and in serious QBO training, you should learn chart of account setup, then transaction categorization, accounts payable, accounts receivable, invoicing, expense management, bank feeds, bank reconciliation, financial reporting, basic cash flow understanding, and payroll integration workflows also. you know that's important because employers do not need people who merely know the menu names inside the software. They need people who understand the workflow behind the menu. Are you able to click, enter the details, edit it, make something invalid? I mean, make something invalid, not delete anything. Getting it? So, and also with AI and QBO, it is AI is transforming accounting to a new level. Now, don't think it is eliminating accountants. It is eliminating those who refuse to adapt to AI. As I told you earlier, AI is not taking away jobs. People who know AI will take away the jobs from people who don't know AI. Now, if you are somebody who is able to leverage AI and QBO, you become one of the most valuable in the market. Now, what AI does, as most of automates repetitive data entry tasks. It categorizes transactions at speed. Every month, you are incurring something, towards EMI or towards diesel or gas or something. It is able to categorize some bank charges. It's able to categorize, oh, it is so and so expenditure. It flags anomalies and errors automatically, generates draft reports instantly. I mean, AI will not replace you, my dear friends. But people who know AI, of course, with QBO will definitely replace you. Now, what do QBO professionals do? They review, they validate, and they approve AI outputs. They manage client relationships and strategy. They handle complex reconciliations and exceptions. They interpret data and advise for business decisions. Very, very important. Very important. And I have to tell you, before I talk about this, see, Intuit's official Pro Advisor pages, they position certification as a way to stand out, grow your practice, and access training and resources. Intuit also says the program includes 500,000 plus pro advisors. 500,000. 500,000 plus pro advisors are there. So, why does that matter? Because certification does three things. First, it signals seriousness. Second, it improves credibility. Third, it helps you market yourself better. And for people who want to build independent service offerings, that matter a lot. Intuit also runs, a find an accountant or bookkeeper experience tied to pro advisors, which reinforces the point that certification is not just academic. It connects to visibility and trust in the marketplace. So QBO skill is really powerful, my dear friends. And QBO skill plus pro advisor branding is even stronger. It's even stronger. Because at the end of the day, our skills should improve life. Yes or no? Any knowledge that's not producing wealth or peace, I feel it's useless. Any knowledge that's not producing wealth or peace or joy, I think that's useless. QBO can help you grow inside a job, it can help you get remote work, and it can also help you build a practice. Chartered accountants, very important for you. I'm sure you know that. If you're talking to 10 clients, I'm sure at least two of them are from US if you are running an Indian tax practice properly. So there are so many positions that you can leverage as a part-time bookkeeper, own practice, employment growth. I mean, so many, even remote support and all. You can work with small businesses, you can support US focused firm, you can do recurring monthly work, you can build retainers also. You can even begin part-time before going full-time. Housewives, retired professionals, or even students. That's why I say QBO is not just software. It's a skill that can turn into income architecture if only you can plan the things properly, my dear friends. Now, so your next step, I would say start QBO training, combine it with EA and then RTP, and build your global career. Like what you see, the tagline here, the best time to start was yesterday. The second best time to start is right now. Right now. Well, let me close with this. In 2026, accounting is no longer about knowing principles. It is about delivering results in modern systems. And QBO is one of the clearest gateways into that future. If you are young, it gives you an early advantage, especially if you are 10 plus 2 or pursuing BCom or graduation. It gives you an early advantage. You will thank me for this. And if you are qualified, even if you are BCom, MBA, MCom, semi-qualified CA, QBO will make you more marketable. And if you are working professional in US taxation or regular Indian accounting, Indian payroll also, still you can upgrade to learning US bookkeeping. If you want flexibility also, it gives you that. And if you are somebody who is already into Indian tax practice or something, or if you want to explore internship, it gives you a service model also. So do not wait until the market forces you to learn what you could have learned early. Okay, take the step now, build the skill, practice the skill, prove the skill, and monetize the skill. And if you want to build this properly with guidance, real practical orientation, and a pathway that connects learning with internship, employment, and entrepreneurship, then connect with iLead Tax Academy today. You have our contact details here, and our team will be more than happy to assist you on any questions that you may have on any of our courses. Yeah. transform yourself into a licensed or skilled tax bookkeeping and payroll professional. Wishing you all a prosperous career in US taxation, accounting, and payroll. Okay, contact us today. You have our contact details by WhatsApp or text or call to the below numbers, whether you're from India or USA. Go through our page on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn for more information, and we are here to assist you. See you soon in the next iLead Tax Academy video. Take care, and if you like this, please share it with somebody who may need it. Yeah, see you soon in the bookkeeping industry. Bye bye.